There are 3 ships that are currently stuck in the Strait of Hormuz because everybody said that everything was fine. President Donald Trump thought, oh, maybe we'll just end the war soon. Well, Iran has different plans. In fact, their plans are so different that they have struck 3 international ships in the Strait of Hormuz. There is nobody to save these people today. But we're going to talk about it because this is absolutely insane.
Yeah, this should tell you, and we said it time after time, everybody's pretty much going to get involved because Iran, they are not playing. They mean what they say. It seems like they said, hey, we're not going to let cargo ships through. No oil is going through this Strait of Hormuz. And if they do, they are going to get targeted. We are going to send a missile. And this is what's happening. So it seems like Iran is pretty much how Donald Trump says something and does it. Iran does the same thing. So you really got to understand that this is not going to get better. It's not going to get better. There's a lot of things that's going to affect a lot of countries. There's a lot of countries that is stepping up and saying certain things, but are they serious like Donald Trump and Iran? So that's something to think about. So make sure you like the video, leave your comments below, and yeah, let's get to this information.
Yes. Now, I am reading to you from BBC.com. This had happened our time late last night. Your time was about afternoon, but it's still an ongoing issue today because, again, these 3 ships are still there. If they had people on them, cargo, oil, whatever they had, they are stuck up there and basically in their own type of war zone in the Strait of Hormuz. Now, the title says, ships hit in Strait of Hormuz as countries agree to release emergency oil reserves. But let me tell you something. Obviously, Iran did not agree with these countries that said, let's release emergency oil, because they're like, no, we already told you. If you come through the Strait of Hormuz, we are going to set you ablaze. Yes, that was the actual phrase from Iran on what they would do to people who are entering through that strait. Now, it says 3 cargo vessels have been hit by unknown projectiles in the Strait of Hormuz, maritime authorities say, the latest to be targeted in the vital oil corridor. It came on the same day as 32 countries voted unanimously to release 400 million barrels of oil due to the unprecedented situation. This is the International Energy Agency that announced it. Pressure has intensified on the Strait, one of the world's most important shipping lanes, since Israel and the U.S. attacked Iran last month, causing traffic to drop and global energy prices to soar. Iran has said it would not allow even a single liter of oil heading for the United States of America, Israel, and their partners to pass through the strait. And they made good on their promise. But elsewhere, Israel has launched a fresh wave of strikes on Hezbollah targets in Lebanon. And Wednesday night, in response to rockets fired at Israel, earlier, Iran also fired further retaliatory attacks across the Gulf states. Now, President Donald Trump was speaking outside the White House, and he said, we're not finished yet in Iran when asked about what it will take for the war to end. Now, let's get to who these cargo ships belong to. Among the 3 vessels that were hit in the strait was a Thai flagged vessel, as in Thailand. You know, the place expats love to go to? A Thai flagged vessel, which has truly just brought Thailand into the war. And so they're going to have to decide if they're going to retaliate against Iran or if they're going to stay quiet. They may just stay quiet to not escalate things. You know, in the eastern side of the world, people tend not to be as hot-headed, so they may just, stay quiet and let it go. Which was 11 nautical miles north of Oman. A fire broke out on board, and the Royal Thai Navy said 23 crew members were, in fact, rescued. So those 23 crew members did not lose their lives. Iran has claimed responsibility, saying the ship's crew ignored their warnings. Now, Thailand has really good relations with the West, and I guess Iran assumes that they were going to send oil or cargo or something over to the West. Maybe they thought, if we just have Thailand pass through there, it'll work out. Not really sure. We're going to see more about that in the coming days. But this is shocking, isn't it? And as I'm speaking right now, if you're looking at everything that's happening and you're like, man, I would love to continue this conversation with one of you one-to-one, check out the link in the description so that you have that access. We have so many clients booking calls. Some decide to do the mature adult intensive. Some decide to get their business together through our VIP day sessions and through writing their business website, their emails, their sales pages, their funnels. So whichever one most benefits you at this time, check out the links in the description.
Yeah, because it's time to really decide what are you going to do pretty soon. Like, it seems like there's a lot of places that expats likes to go that's going to be affected. Like Thailand, that's something different.
That was shocking.
Yeah, that was very shocking. So, yeah, you really got to get your house in order. You gotta make sure that what you're going to do, or your next move needs to be something that's going to help you for the next year, for the next 5 years, 10 years, because it seems like things are just going to get worse. It's not trying to come to peace, It's no more peace. It seems like Iran and the U.S. and Israel, they picked a good fight with Iran, and they done a lot of things because they cannot touch U.S. soil, as they say. So yeah, like it's starting to really get serious. So it gets down to what's important to you, and how are you going to live your life through this war.
Yeah, I'm so glad you said that they can't touch U.S. soil, because actually President Donald Trump just came out, and the FBI and the Pentagon are all sending an imminent warning to California. They said Iran may try to target and send missiles to California. Yes. So as it's said and believed that Iran will not touch America, they are getting some type of messages. They are getting some type of intelligence, letting them know that Iran is potentially planning an attack on California, not Florida, not New York, specifically California. Now, California is the economic hub of America, to be quite honest with you, because it holds so many tech companies like Meta, like Apple, Cupertino, California, San Diego, San Francisco. California itself, if it were its own country, would be the fourth most rich country in the world. So Iran is targeting economics and finances across the globe for everybody. And they came out and said, you know what? We may also start targeting banks. We may also start targeting other economic and finance institutions. And I just wonder what that means. Leave a comment down below if you know what that means. Does that mean that they plan on bombing banks? Or does this mean that they plan on doing cyber attacks at banks in the Middle East and the Gulf states and potentially California? Things are starting to escalate, despite President Donald Trump saying, you know what, maybe we'll end it soon. I don't know when, but it could come to an end. Iran is like, nope, there is no end in sight. You brought this upon yourselves, and we're going to finish the job.
Now it's getting down to the question about, if Iran is attacking these resources, financial institutions, and things like that, cyber attacks, things could get really, really bad, So the question is, should you look for land now? Is it time to get back to the land? Because it's really looking like, whoa, if something like that happens, you gotta have resources for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Of course, you can have your money in the bank and stuff, but what if the bank shuts down? We see that a lot. That happens around the world. That happens in America. Just imagine that. So, what is going to be the end goal? And I for us, we always say if you have land, you're going to be, pretty rich, because you can, plant and build. You can have shelter. You can have resources and food and water and things like that. So that's a big question that just popped in my head. Wow, if things like that happens, we might have to get back to the land sooner than later.
That's so interesting. But listen, We didn't even finish talking about the other 2 cargo ships. Now, first was Thailand, but the second, guess whose cargo ship it was? It was Japanese. Now, Japan is known to be a very, very, very good ally of the United States after World War II, where the United States bombed Japan, causing them to submit and to become an ally instead of an adversary. Now, the second vessel was the Japanese flagged container ship that was struck 25 nautical miles off the coast of the United Arab Emirates. My. Sustaining major damage. So Japan is looking at this and saying, wow, they've brought us into the war now. We can't get oil through this strait. They're letting our cousins, the Chinese, in, but because we are allied with America, us, the Japanese, cannot get through. And the third one was hit about 50 nautical miles northwest of Dubai, according to the UK Maritime Trade Operations. Following the attacks, Tehran spokesman Ibrahim Zolkari said, get ready for the oil to be at $200 because the oil price depends on the regional stability, which you have destabilized. He said, well, I'm going to buy my oil stocks. We're going to be wealthy over here. Y'all chose to destabilize the entire region, the entire globe. And so get ready, because you're not going to pay $100 a barrel anymore. That's what you're paying right now. You're going to go ahead and jump to 200 in the next couple of weeks because of your choices. This does not sound like a man that's standing down or is afraid of the West or is afraid of Donald Trump. This sounds like a man that has thought this through and is maneuvering with economic impact that will impact the entire Western Hemisphere and some of the other hemispheres as well. G7 leaders said in a statement on Wednesday that they were working to explore the possibility of escorting ships when the right security conditions are in place. I don't know how effective these G7 European leaders are going to be with that, because if you escort them, they're just going to bomb you too. But hey, y'all continue. They're just going to continue trying to get through to test and see if Iran is going to bomb them. For one, I think they're going to continue to bomb them. If Britain's Navy tries to go through and escort the Thai people, escort the Japanese so they can have oil. But on the flip side, Europe is like, without this oil, we're going to die. We're going to starve. We're going to have big problems in Europe.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we don't care. We need the oil. So, I don't know, y'all.
And
y'all let us know what you think down below.
Yeah, and like you were saying about how Britain might escort or something like that other countries with, you know, some capable resources with military equipment might do this. We just saw North Korea launch a couple missiles too. They was testing missiles, so you know we hear about China ships away from Taiwan is very quiet over there, and now they're starting to be up there by Russia and Antarctica, or not Antarctica, Alaska. So things are just, look, they're lining up for something, and you're gonna have to prepare now, like sooner than later.
Yeah.
It's not time. It's not time to, you know, be playing around. Like, things are just gonna escalate and just get worse. Like, it's really time to think about your next move, and it has to be your best move. Like, really.
Yep, get your business together. You know, we always say before you leave America, your business not only needs to be a thing, but it needs to be driving revenue. You have to have marketing strategies in place. These jobs are not going to return. When the world comes back to whatever it's going to come back to, you're going to be in an AI-focused, dominant world where ownership is going to be the only way out of these scenarios. Yeah, check out the links in the description. Visit www.tiffygrights.ai or www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com, and we will see you in the next video.
Shalom, family.